You need to take your stuff and get out and don't come back.
Brittany, please, please. All right, I'm gonna bring my rent. Brittany, please. Hey, good news. Yeah. I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. This work can testify. After 400 years in slavery, God brought them to the promised land. Hey, Liberia can testify. After 14 years, I say nothing is too hard. For God, I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. Ooh, for Jehovah, you know nothing is too hard. Mama, if you make yourself available. So I say nothing is too hard. For your way. I say nothing is too hard. Yeah, it's too hard. Hallelujah. Are you serious? Hey. My God. Come on.
Coming back in here.
I promise I'm gonna pay my rent. You see me? That's what I'm working towards.
No, I gave you a first notice. I gave you time to pay it. We gave you a second notice. I gave you time to pay it. 6 months now. You've even gotten a third notice. I'm done. You need to take your stuff and get out and don't come back.
Brittany, please. All right, I'm gonna bring my rent. Brittany, please. Hey, good news. I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. This work can testify. After 400 years in slavery, God brought them to the promised land. Hey, Liberia can testify. After 14 years. Ooh. impossible. If you make yourself available, so I say nothing is too hard. It's too far. I say nothing is too hard. Yeah, it's too hard. Hallelujah. Are you serious? Hey, my God. Come on. Daddy, you the God of mine. Yeah, nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. You may be going through stagnation. You may be homeless. No food on your table. You may lose your job. Starvation is your portion. Trust in me. He's able.
were able to win these elections. Mr. Speaker, thank you. And we're able to win the 2017 elections. And I always said we went against a ruling party that had might and strength and power and resources. But when God says this is your time, nothing can stop it. So with our finances, because I know how we struggle to get simple things, God gave us an opportunity to win. Today we come back to do a similar thing, to bind the three parties together for another 6 years. In spite of our challenges, in spite of all of the things that have happened over the past few years, I am still of the belief, and I believe the leadership and the National Executive Committee of all of these three parties are of the highest belief that President George Manneh WEAH will be given a second term. My hope is that we'll go into this election and we'll win on the first round. You cannot be a sitting government and you go to the second round. Mr. Chairman, the arrangement that we held for 5 years ended in November. And because of all of the necessary collaborations and different things that we needed, consultations, we are here today. The three parties remain fully engaged with this process. I think Saturday was a defining moment for all of us to know that God is in what we are doing. And we should also fully take it from Saturday into the Saturday after the elections, when we have won these elections by the grace of God. I want to use this platform to just encourage all of us. It's not a time to talk about old stories. It's not a time to complain. We have a job ahead. Because with everything that we have, if we do not win the election, then we are way back at the back of the bus. And then what you think your challenges are now will be even worse. We must remain fully engaged with this process and give our all. The chairman is aware of some of the challenges. They've been put in the agreement. I hope everybody had a chance to read it, because we have made certain decisions that will bind the three parties together a little bit closely in the administrative structure and in the other structure, so that we are engaged in the next round. There should be opportunities for dispute resolutions, so that we don't get to where we got, to the point where everybody felt a little bit frustrated. I think the party structure didn't come together the way it should have, and everybody went about doing their own thing. In the end, the three parties were somehow split. The next 6.
Say the way you want to say it. I am saying, as long as they allow CDC to pass it from there, when the opposition movement will pass there, until precedents can be set, then there will be no.
So Charles Brown is the McLean Randolph. We hear DTV on the ground of the Capitol building. Why are you doing this? And you see he's taking down the billboard that was just placed here. When the president announced or addressed the nation. So we say welcome to TV Online, wherever you're watching from. His name is McLean Randall. And he's tearing. So we ask that wherever you're watching from, share the video. McLean Randall, the grounds of the Capitol building, and we understand the Vice President is here. The Chief Justice is also here in session. The DA boss is here. And so you see, the guy is saying that according to him, this is the sound of campaigning. So he is taking down the billboard. So DTV Online, my name is Jefferson Perry WEAH. We're coming to you live from the grounds of the Capitol building. So you see, this is what's happening here right now. He said, according to him, this is not campaign time. We are not in the period of campaign. So he's taking down the banner. He took down the one Representative Kaluba Yeke Kaluba put up. And so the President's State of the Nation billboard is what he's now putting down. And we see security coming down. Security has come. So he's been carried outside. Now they wait. So you see, this is what's happening here now. We're here at the grounds of the Capitol building. So he's being dragged out by security here. By this, he's being dragged now. He's being dragged. He's being dragged. DTV online, wherever you're watching from. My name is Jefferson WEAH. He's been put out of the building, the compound. Here he is. He's been dragged out.
What happened? What caused the action this afternoon?
Comment. You guys are witness. You guys are witness. You guys are witness. You are saying.
May I make your phone? Yes. I make your phone.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You are saying with your own eyes. You are saying with your own eyes. Now you understand that this country is a country of law. Now you understand that Liberia must stand up. Now you must realize that in fact, this country needs a revolutionary approach. Trust me, if the NEC cannot take action of this, I will come back here again and put it down. I will come back here. My close everything I do with me. My close everything I do. They have naked me. They are naked me. It was Baba Timos. It was Baba Timos. It was Abache security that dragged me outside. You are a witness. You are a witness. Jailers are here. Trust me. Jailers are here.
What prompted your action?
Let me tell you something. They have not been campaigning to have people putting blockers on the street. Some of us, we speak and we are action to our speaking. When I say to you guys that in fact I will put whosoever partner that capital berry, today's the day. That's part where you come from. Whether you're CDC, whether you're ANC, whether you're Union Party, wherever you are from, that placard must come down. We must maintain the peace of this country. We must remain consistent advocacy. Some of us, we are unbendable. We are unthinkable. We are untouchable. If the Weaha, I'm saying this, if the Weaha cannot take action, I myself will besiege the NEC. I myself will besiege the NEC. Why are we? It's not a lawless country. It is a lawless country. For you to have a blocker on the street, is there election time? As a subject, as a hard question.
So are you going outside the legislature to get all the banners down? Are you going outside the Capitol building?
It will start from here.
Okay.
I'll start it here. Liberians will join the struggle. Liberians will join their struggle. Trust me, some of us, we are both people. We ain't afraid of nothing. You saw how they tracked me. You saw how they tracked me. I lost my wallet, I lost everything. Look at it, who saved my phone. Everything, I lost it. I lost everything. My wallet, my passport, I lost everything.
Those who track you out, were you able to recognize any of them?
They are police. They are officers. I've been told in fact, it was Abache. Who said them? It was Abache. It was Abache. It was Abache. Abache.
Do you regret your action?
I'm regretting no action. I started for me to be dead by now, but I'm living, so I'm grateful to the Almighty God. Where you will remain colossus in our advocacies. We will remain unbendable. We will remain unthinkable and untouchable. What transpire is the small one. Let them come with arms. Let them come with arms.
How long do you plan going on this campaign?
Until the NEC can do something good about this. Until the NEC can come back to the Liberian people and say to other fight, Liberia need better. Look at me.
You're funny.
Look at me. Look at me.
You're funny, man.
I lost everything on me.
Where's the 40? Where you from?
I'm active as my clean runner. I'm active as my clean runner.
Where you from?
Me, I'm from civil society angle. I am the son, Allah's son, to Loretta Pope, the national chair for the Civil Society Council of the Republic of Liberia. Where are you? The Civil Society will speak about this. The Civil Society will speak about this.
Are you being supported by any group?
Who? I'm not putting time. I'm not supporting nobody. Some reason I advocated. We are not asking for you. The National Electoral Commission is meeting. As for you now, they are pity. Today, few months to election, you see some purported reaction there is around here who don't understand what they say for us to drop peace. We are not ready coming in this country to throw our back on our head. We are ready. We want peace. Peace. Peace and stability is what everybody needs in this country.
So what's the next step from here?
The next step from now, if you get together, I will come here. I will come here. You saw me what I did. No subjugation. No subjugation. I pull AC down. I pull Union Party down. I pull citizen down. No subjugation. We must remain consistent and persistent in our advocacy. Liberia and Liberia is all we have. Moving forward, I ask you to share this video. We will remain colossus in our advocacy. Nothing will not bear us. Nothing will not deter us. Nothing will not swear away. Liberians and Liberia remain the best of all in our society. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
All right, so folks, DTV Online, we say thank you for watching. And we are still here on the grounds of the Capitol. McLean Roberts, an advocate, this afternoon here at the grounds of the Capitol.
Subpoena to request the president to send a copy of the turnover note. She says she left money. He said no. What will prove the whole case is the turnover note. So this last annual message, he repeated and said there was nothing in the coffer, it was empty. So I took it from that line to say, well, Mr. President, he wants a new mandate. He will go from village to village from time to time. That's good for him. But what did he inherit? What did he inherit from the outgoing government of Madam Salif? What were the properties that belonged to Liberian people that he inherited? Because I saw 1 million plus 150 million. 150 million. If he disputes what I'm saying, then let him publish the turnover note because it's in there. Signed by him, receiving it from Ellen, and Ellen too on signature there. And that's what we had today. From there, we went to the party headquarters because our party had been infiltrated by the CDC. And though we already observed carrying up anti-party activities, we were having a meeting to see what the party would do against them. Then I received a call from a very credible person from higher up and told me, don't take for granted what I'm saying to you. These people are desperate. They will not forget you and Kun, but you especially, they got 2 plots. One to assassinate you, but you are a hard target. You don't go all after 5. You don't go to all places. You don't go to club. You don't go, you got no friend. So they want to apply the plan B. Get people together, lie on you that you committed this crime against so and so person, and then they will bring false witnesses and they will carry out what they call perjury, false witnesses, and they will put you in jail and leave you there and drag the case until after election. The first law of nature being self-preservation, I had to call VOA, I had to call you, and I called Magay. I said, Magay, this is a plot you're making? Don't want to kill me? He said, why are they killing? I said, because when you came to my house, you said to me, when we put Kennedy on President WEAH as a wall. He said, that's not what I meant. I mean, when you put Kennedy on WEAH, like Mr. Kun, we too will put Kennedy on you. I said, but then you got your own interpretation of what your statement was. But to me, war is war. So that's what happened.
Wow. Thank you so much, Senator Johnson, for coming here today to explain your experience today. There's 3 areas that Senator Johnson touched on. He talked about his agreement, CDC agreement with MTR. He talked about his security concerns. And then he also finally talked about there's 4 areas, the $150 million that was reportedly left in the coffer, and lastly, the threat. So we're going to have an opportunity, Senator Johnson, to ask you questions. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to ask you 2 questions, and then please feel free to talk. Please limit your time to when you ask Senator Johnson his question. So we'll start with you, Senator George.
Good evening, Senator Johnson, the leader of the governing leader of the governing council of the MDR, and Senator of
Good evening, sir.
Senator Johnson, you what you just said, you're making it's a breaking news, it's a startling revelation to the people of Liberia and the world that you are being targeted for assassination. Could you further elaborate on the because you are a security man, I know that. But can you give some further clarification or elaborate more on the threats to your life?
Well, as a security expert, I cannot burn my informer. But I was told exactly what I just explained, because those who are doing this are desperate to ensure that NEMA falls to them. And with me not agreeing to all the appeals they've been making, I'm a serious threat to their future, their election. And the only thing they can do is exactly what my informer from the very executive mansion told me. So we have to blow the alarm. It's a preemptive strike, so if the information is true, good. They're already being exposed. If what is they're trying to do, if not true, they will never attempt that. But the information is true because the person is so credible. I say credible. Right under the feet of the power that be. The whole security sector reform was put together before he came in. So we got a lot of people who were there in our factions who are now with DEA, with police, with the army, with the EPS, and all over the places. So there is nothing that can be planned that we don't know. More especially since we supported CDC since 2017 till now. I have not said that before. I have never said that. But it's scary when you threaten me like this. I cannot blame the person who told me, and he will never tell me anything again.
Okay.
There's a second question, please.
Yeah. President, we are considered a relative peaceful man. We have not seen him target a political opponent to say he's targeted his political opponent. Except the record can show, but we have not seen really target his political opponent. So, do you think from your information, do you think the president is aware of this, or he's part of this?
That's why it's good to bring it out so you can know. The CDC is a big institution, and many of those boys are bad boys. Take, for example, in my whole life, I've never seen city police carry guns. They carry unauthorized pistols, rifles, on Jefferson Koji, who threaten people every day, threatening Louis Brown, threatening people all the time. They have no authority to carry guns. So in my mind, I think Jefferson Koji, who went to Nimba and said, I'm a fair politician and threatening me there, I think he wants to be a replacement of Konatele, the death squad commander on Ondo. And President Weah knows he took oath on the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. He knows that there are certain institutions that should not be bearing arms. Why is the police carrying arms? He's not talking about it. That's why that should concern you. The city police under Jefferson Koji are carrying unauthorized weapons.
Yes, thank you, Tomalin. If you're just joining us, we have Senator Prince Johnson on the phone. He is telling us that he underwent a threat today in Liberia. He's blowing the alarm. He's contacted media institutions to preempt, let the world know that what he is going through with this threat. I'm going to go over to Kev Hassan now to ask his 2 questions.
Senator Prince Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with history behind you, with some allegation of who killing or who people made allegation against you that you killed people, and now you're saying that some.
Kalasan, that was a civil war. If you don't kill, they kill you. That's what they call civil war. This is a democratic dispensation where the people are desperate for the second largest country in Liberia, that when you stand behind you, you're the winner. And I've been a father of the country and political leader. That's what's happening. I'm telling the truth.
Let me say this to you. You deny the killing of the Kamsi Rabba, but there's an allegation on you that you killed.
Let me say to you again. Correction. I have documentations written by journalists who were on the scene when I was at the war front. It is General Vanny who killed the council robbers. All the documents are with me for future records. I did not kill the council robber. He was my good friend. I met the council robber, I think, on Benson Street, and he was looking so lean. Come to me and join me. And he was with me on the bed. We used to sing. I loved him dearly. But when I went to the war front, Vanny met with him and said that he was leaking blood from the butt. And Vanny shot him. When I came back, I could have dealt with Vanny. But then we cannot be fighting Taylor and fighting Doe there at the cinema unit split. That's the only reason I spared General Vanny. But he killed the council robbers, not me. There are records to show I got it here. I got a special archive. I keep the records.
Okay.
To me. I come in. The council robbers sunk into me. And so that you heard that I killed the father. And I said, come here. And I took the voluminous book, even the one written by Jean Ubuti, Liberia in Terror. I showed to him. Jean Ubuti was there on the scene. All the conversations between the council robbers and General Vanny were all written there. And then the council said, why are you threatening to kill me? When Senator Johnson, General Johnson come, I will tell him. Then Vanny said, to hell with you, pow, pow, you fired the man. I was not there. So it's not true.
But let me give you my point. You're saying it's not true. It was an allegation against you. And you're still saying it's not true. But you hear today.
It's not true, Kev, because there are evidence to prove.
But
I'm not going to read the evidence.
Senator, can we just give Kev the opportunity to ask his question?
But Senator, okay. you hear today making allegation against a certain government. If the allegation against you, you deny, which a lot of people know you as a warlord.
Revolutionary, not warlord.
Yeah, but a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people call
were targeted for total elimination, and we had to fight in defense. You know that. You know there were times in Liberia when they were killing people. They here one side, body one side. You know that. So we couldn't say subpoena to be exterminated. We had to fight in defense. So don't go that route.
But that's what I'm trying to say. You say you are revolutionary. People call you warlord. People call you names. So what I'm saying, you're a victim of people calling you names. But now you calling the city government a name. You're putting assassination on. You're telling the city government they want to kill you. So if you deny from other people who say you killed, according to some TR family, some Tecumseh family who blame you today, you kill him, and now you blaming somebody. How can we believe you, but you don't want the other people to believe that you killed
Okay. So, Kev,
that's my first question they had.
Okay, so please allow the president to answer. I'm sorry, please allow the senator to answer the question. And then I hope that the second question will be very brief because we've got to move on, okay? Because it took some time.
You talk about allegations against me about the council robber. I'm saying to you, the council robber son came here believing what people told him. And he saw the evidence that I did not do that. That's a different issue. I got evidence to show, documentary evidence to show. It's just that you are away, I'm here. This one year, I'm saying to you, I've been offered a lot of incentives to make sure I support, because Nimba is the second largest county, Kuna, in support We are the problem now. And that's why I'm being threatened. I am being threatened. The call that I receive, if I call the person in, you know the person because he's part of you in America. He's an internationalist. So it's not something for me to bring that person say, this person did this, or the person says, so no. I have to do the preemptive strike so they can know that we are aware. I even test Maggie sent to the president. I say, if that is what you're planning, or any of you planning within CDC, don't bring trouble to this country. That Kwangba just brought trouble. Don't touch me because I am objectively speaking on what happened in Tapeta, and what happened on Broad Street, and the 150 million. 150 million. You care, Hassan. You should be speaking for the people of Liberia. Not because they pay you $20,000 to plead for them in America. That's the people's money.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Senator, I'm working towards moving to our next panelist to ask that question. But I just want to remind the panelists here, we have themes that we're talking about here. We're talking about the CDC agreement that was signed and expired with the MDR. We're talking about security, the threat that was put on Senator Johnson's life. We're talking about the $1 million that was in the turn over. So let's focus our question, those issues and time. Yes, $150 million. Yes, thank you. So, Kev, your final question, please, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah, my final question. Let me make this clear, Senator Johnson. I'm not receiving $20,000 from the government. That information is wrong, totally wrong. It's not true. I just want to correct that for you. Yeah, let me ask you this. What is the difference between you talk about money, right? You talk about the president met. The president said he met a broke country, because what the president said, he met a broke country. He was not talking about the reserve. So what about the money that to operate the government, excluding the reserve? As a senator, do you have any idea how much the government met and the operation fund to actually run the government?
Well, okay, let me say this to you. It's just a matter of honesty, fair play, transparency, to publish what you inherited. When a government is going and turn over property to you that belongs to the people of Liberia, the first thing is to do audit and publish it. Do you people do that? You from CDC?
Yes, yes, Senator. It was 550.
The turnover note at two signatures, Ellen signature and Mr. West signature. Did you publish the turnover note in which there was 150 million?
The 150 million was for reserve. For reserve.
It was there. It was the reserve that listen, Kev, when you say I took over from empty coffer,
then that means go ahead.
Empty coffer means nothing was left in the bank. That's why it's
consolidated accounts. That's what they're talking about. It was 514 million Liberian dollar and $7 million US dollar. And it take over what, 30-something million dollars to run a government. 540 million LD, Senator, is about 7 million. It's about 7 million plus.
Thank you. I understand. Did you publish what you inherited before taking office? Did you publish what was turned over to you?
Yes, it was out there. Yes, sir, it was out there.
It was never published. That's a public document. It was never published.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Thank you so much for the exchanges here that's happening. But we are at the point where Senator Johnson is saying that the $150 million that he's talking about that was noted in the turnover note was never published. That's what he's saying. And Kev, you are saying it was published. Kev, is that what you're saying, that it was published?
What I'm saying is the amount that he's talking about, the $150 in the cover, and which is the reserve. Yes, and then the $514 million LD, which is about $7 million plus. Yes, the $7 million. The $7 million $14 million. So what I'm trying to say, it's up to $29 to $35 million to operate the government in monthly. So if the government met $14 million, it's what the president is saying. We met a broke country. So that's
thank you so much. I appreciate
broke economy and empty coffer.
Yeah, Senator Johnson. Careful when you're doing your closing. Please elaborate on that analysis. We're going to go on to Minister Fagon. Do you have to please ask the senator your 2 questions, please?
Welcome, Senator Johnson. Good evening.
Good evening, Fagon. How are you?
Yeah, hang in there. They read out my whole
Keep backing your government because you're receiving money every month.
Hey, Senator.
Anyway, Senator Johnson.
Yes, sir.
You have a witness here because at that time I was the deputy spokesperson for the government. We did not at any point in time announce that we had 514 billion LD or 7 billion USD. I am a witness and I was the spokesperson. We said, and I'm going to quote what we continued to say that time, that we inherited a broke government, quote, and a bad economy. That's what we said. We did not give any figure or say anything like that. And I was the deputy spokesperson in charge of saying that. And I said it more than, I would say, 50 times. Now, my question to you is with regards to the agreement with the MDR. We all know the agreement has expired. We know that you were sanctioned for particularly and specifically pay-to-play. We know that there have been attempts to get you to pay-to-play. My question to you, can the Liberian people look at you squarely in the eyes with all of what you have said in recent time and say that this time around, the MDR will not sign an agreement with the coalition? Will you look the Liberian people in the eye and tell them promisingly that you will not sign an agreement with the CDC? Will you do that?
I'm a pastor. I will not lie. Never will I. I supported Mr. WEAH on one simple ground. Being an internationalist, world best player, Africa, European, I had expected that there would be an influx of business entrepreneurs to Liberia to invest, to provide jobs for our university graduates and other citizens to get jobs, to put food on the table and alleviate their suffering. Unfortunately, the world figure is not being abandoned by the world. All major airlines, even as I speak to you today, America put up a release that our airport is not safe today. So there is nothing encouraging for me to start a new agreement with the CDC. That's why we put up a candidate to run. And that candidate is working with ANC, is working with all of the parties, UP, and all. But CDC, we cannot work with them because mysterious disappearances, strange deaths of people, unexplainable deaths, carbon monoxide, when the exhaust were not tampered with, I cannot. And when you say somebody fired himself, those who did the investigation, they lie. Because you can't fire yourself 2 or 3 times in your head. One time you're gone. So I will not. Your question, no, I will not sign any new agreement. And the person they are threatening, whoever is threatening and the intelligence we receive, they are making a sad mistake. The reason we enjoy relative peace is because Ellen pursue it. But to preach one thing and do another thing clandestinely, you got some bad boys, there wasn't coaching them taking arms, they got people threatening them, following people. Every bad thing that happened in this country that Jefferson Koji. He is a replacement of Konotile. What we do? That was a nice man, but people spoil him. When you look at President WEAH, he look quiet, he look cool, he look honorable. But you know, power is power. Don't trust people. With power can do anything. Especially when you're desperate for a second term and the country you need to support you to win is not on your side because somebody is there they trust and respect. It's a hell of a thing. So to answer your question, I will not go back to CDC.
Thank you.
Okay.
My second question.
Sorry.
My second question is simple. I know what a threat is. 2 days ago, I experienced a threat, and then the lady who takes care of the business was beaten, dragged, robbed, and an hour later, a truck was brought, and my entire wholesale place was emptied right in the faces of people. I know what a threat is. Now, my second question to you. You are a former field marshal, a former general, a military scientist, par excellence. How prepared are you for this threat? And will you take it laying down? And if this threat is made good upon, what will be your response?
Brother Pagon, I always talk to my wife. Whenever I leave my house, I leave it never to return. Because a politician is threatened every day. A politician, a true speaker, the one who speaks truth to power, who is fearless, who is bold and brave, he has a lot of enemies. So I always tell my wife, take care of the children. Take care of the children. Don't think about me. My love for the nation comes first. The nation first. If I die for speaking truth, God will bless me. You will bless my soul. You can kill the body, you cannot kill the soul, but God will punish you who try, and you will never make it. I went through bullets. Front line, fighting door, fighting tailor. Bullet did not kill me. Now, peacetime, Jefferson Koyi grew, it came in. They're just looking for violence. And I'm so glad that America has warned those 6 countries in Africa going for election. Anyone that will cause election violence will be held accountable. So that's what we're looking up to, and America will watch this election keenly. And we are observing a lot of things that will come out in the future. Thank God we are in touch with you people. So I don't take the threat lightly. We are guarded, first thing by God. Any plan you make, give it to God. I am ordained. I am free. I am ransomed. I am redeemed. You cannot go if God still has a mission for me. No damn man can come in the country. I defy the CDC to ever try me. I confronted them and told them, if they want trouble from Nima County, they must try with Nima citizen. I am not against them, so helping God. Never will I go against WEAH. But as a matter of policy, our contract is over. When your passport is expired, you cannot travel. So I cannot renew. And if because you want Nimba and you are desperate for power, second term, what I'm asking you is make public what you took over from Ellen. The turnover note got everything inside. If you release that turnover note and that 150 million is not there, that you can do anything to me. That means I'm inciting people against the government. They will not publish it because they know. You know, Ellen's signature, he owned it. You will not turn it over. You know what they did with that money.
Okay, if you just joined us, our guest today is Senator Johnson. He did a press conference today. There were a few breaking news. One, he says that he is not going back to CDC. I'm going to ask my question now, followed by Peabody, who's going to ask 2 questions, and Ben, who's going to ask 2 questions. For the sake of time, I'm going to just ask 1 question to allow a good conversation to happen here. Senator Johnson, I watched the press conference today, and I had some thoughts. My first thought is you were a senator for the past 5 years or more, okay? Yes, yes. I'm just talking about WEAH's government now. Yes, exactly. You said to us that after the inauguration, there was a press conference, and after you heard that the president said there was no money in the coffer, you asked the president to audit Ellen Johnson's
right.
Correct. Okay. So after you asked the president to audit President Ellen Johnson's government, it appears that that never occurred. For the past 4 or 5 years that you've been working in this government or serving this government as senator, I am just wondering now, what is motivating you to ask this president to publish this turnover note that, according to you, has the discussion of President Ellen leaving $150 million in the coffer for George WEAH, which you said in the press conference. She said, no, I left money there. Don't lie on me. I believe you said that. So what is motivating you now to come up to have this conversation with us?
Yeah, because every annual message is a repetition. I took over from an empty bank, empty coffer, broken economy, every annual message. And so he wants another mandate. Why is preparing me to do this? Because he wants a new mandate. Instead, deny that there was nothing in the coffer. So I'm asking, he wants second mandate. You will go from village to village, town to town. Yes, good for you. But what did you inherit? Truthfully, say it to Liberian people by the publication of the turnover note. Because if you took oath and you're not faithful to the people in letting them know exactly what you inherited, then can they trust you second round, which is a goodbye time? Goodbye, Liberia. Goodbye, Liberia. Goodbye, Liberia. You never see me again. Eh? Tell the Liberian people what Ellen turned over to you.
So Senator, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Senator. Finish up. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
150 million is not a small money. Our hospital, no drugs, a lot of things in a year. School, people sitting on the ground, public school benches broken, zinc rotting, and no textbooks, nothing, no computers, no public library. 150 million, not a small thing. For you to always come to get annual message and say, I took over from broken economy, empty coffer, empty coffer. Then I say, say you say empty coffer. Say 2018, you've been giving them one message, empty coffer, empty broken economy, and you want new mandate. If you need support of people, show them what you inherited. Be truthful to the oath you took. Be truthful to the constitution you took oath from. That's my point. That's it.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to Peabody. Peabody, could you please give your 2 questions to Senator Johnson, please?
Senator Reverend Prince Johnson. Let me ask you this question, Senator Reverend Johnson. Senator Johnson, what do you want? Why not stay with your church and make sure a lot of people are saved to become children of God? You have been there, you went there. Why not just stay with your church? One would ask at this time, what do you really want, Prince Reverend Johnson? Because you've been in the government 6 years. Give me a chance. You've been in the government 6 years. All the things you talk in 6 years, you did not say it. What do you want now, Reverend?
That everybody, why is the gospel being preached? Why? The gospel is preached to change these kind of things, to make people remain faithful and keep your promise. You preach the gospel for people to change, for people who are crooked to be straight, for people who are unfaithful to be faithful, who are untruthful to be truthful. That's why in 2 Timothy chapter 3, the Apostle Paul warned Timothy, be careful. In the last days, there'll be perilous times. There will be truth breakers. Those who take oath on Constitution will break it. There will be people who will be lovers of themselves and the lover of God. There will be too many selfish people. Be bold. Speak with boldness. So I'm speaking boldness to the power that be. As to Eddie, I told Madam Sally, Harry Greaves entered Kennedy Hotel, they didn't come back. They did not arrest the people to try to investigate them. The man allegedly drowned from Kennedy Hotel down Shopping Way. Body was found to the mansion, Madam Sally office. That's a special flight. So we speak truth to power here. What do I want? I want the turnover note to be published.
Okay.
So we can know of that.
Okay.
And the people, you know, when a government is taking over from the outgoing government, there is a transition, there is document or something they turn over to you that belong to the nation. You too should be preaching that this thing be published.
All right,
you know,
Reverend Johnson.
People trying to manipulate. I'm impressed. I'm not blow program. Until I people are going to blow program. So people don't impress me. Especially people that you bring people every day when they're ready. They want to blackmail you. Anybody that don't want to vote for us will not be blackmailed. Anybody that will ask me for money because they're going to declare for my party, I'd rather get money to the people that when you can speak to them on the table now, they're going on air, you have to let somebody want to kill somebody? Yes, sir. But you forgot to know that those that you killed already, the people that maybe they're going to be they're not going to go and say somebody want to assassinate you. Who are you? That's somebody will go from here. Because nobody want to work for you. You manipulate people every day. Are you infallible? Okay, we know what you want to you can go where you want to go. Now you can say government market. What government can you? Do you know why you get in the country? We're trying to make sure that everybody working constantly. You understand? So we're not afraid of anybody. And the government is not going to be tied, neither or blackmailed by anybody. You don't want to work with us? Go on the side. You got other people. But you forgot to know that the people, you keep coalition, and that coalition brought everybody on board. If you the leader of the coalition, you leave it. You got to live with all your people. Those that are in the job, because we'll move them and put people that come in. Oh, we're leaving all that, you must know that their own livelihood, they're not following them. They got to stick for your own livelihood and your children and your family. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. When you follow them, because you think that they can drive you, then other people that are coming will get the space. This is everybody business. It's not one person business. And will not pay faster than anybody who not support
us. Subpoena to request the president to send a copy of the turnover. The preamble written by Verdier and signed by Verdier. He referred to the commissioner of the TRC as we the victims. We the victims. He was quoting. No, not quoting. He said we the victims. They made themselves victims. So it means the invitation they extended to us to appear before the TRC, it means we were standing before victims. That's why we did not see the real would-be victims, because they were the victims. They condemned them. That's why the TRC split into two groups. So on what basis will you prosecute me? Now, If they wanted to bring war crime code here, the first thing they should have done was to repeal Article 91 that gave Samuel Doe and his entire group amnesty for whatever they did in office or out of office. They are free. Similarly, Mr. Taylor, who was duly elected in 97, the 51st legislature, I was in Nigeria, I was not here. They published an amnesty law granting all factions amnesty under the law who took part in the 1990-203 war. So there's an amnesty law. So if they wanted to bring war crime code, they would have repealed those laws before enacting the TRC Act into law. Then the TRC will have the power now to recommend war crime code.
Senator Johnson, Dr. Richardson, before I ask my second question, I just want to hold him quick on this point. You're telling me the opposition, Mr. Cummings, who part of the opposition, you saying he visited you, he going to you?
Mr. Cummings is not enemy. He's my brother. His father was commissioner in Tapetown. They got quartered there. When he came from America, the first day he entered Liberia, he visited me. The first time he visited here. And when he couldn't make it, this 2017 election, I advised him to remain in the country and acquaint himself with the people by doing some projects, and moving around. He's not my enemy. It was only later on when I heard that he joined the people to take me to Washington, to put Muniski on me, to call for this. That's why I began to take distance. But he's my good friend.
Wow. So Mr. Cummings is your good friend. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You just break it that he's your friend. He visited you, and you guys have talked. You advise him and everything, and then he turned around and take you to. Okay.
All of them being here. All of them. You know, I'm a hot kid now.
Okay. Oh wow.
Your second question, Kev, please.
Yeah, my second question. The 7.5 million you spoke about, because I do know that for a fact, and according to my sources, that the government.
My friend and brother, how you doing?
AB, Alhamdulillah, God is good. I'm glad that I'm here. The drama in Liberia is so interesting every day in, day out, but that is the way it is. I will always call Omer Joseph Boakai. We took man work and give it to a picky. So the picky got a whole place in disarray. He can't speak to his people until he go to church. I think he can speak. But that is why it is.
But the good things about it is that this man, he found pleasures in doing that, because when you go to the church, a whole battalion, a whole supporters, they can be present into the church. Even Nathaniel Falamage can go to church. Even Bakugba Junior can be able to go to church. They can be clapping.
Yeah, because of church.
Yeah.
So when the pastor preaching,
he gotta clap.
And then they preach, and the preaching is so touching, the people gotta clap.
Yeah.
The school I went to in Dofa County, they never used to do that. In Episcopal Church, everybody will go there, they sing from the book. Nobody clapping for nobody. But that political church, not real church. You see, when Joey go to church, I think you talk. Even though Prince Johnson been preaching in his church, but now he make it with political ground now.
Yeah, the Papa is preparing his sermon now for next Sunday, for this coming Sunday. Why are you laughing? But it is true that this is a political season. So George WEAH, who having to be a political man, saying when he go to his church, that's the time that he can be able to denigrate the Papa. So the Papa preparing his own sermon for this coming Sunday.
Yeah, respond sermon, yeah.
Yeah, but let's go into the topic.
Yeah, so tonight the topic is, somebody's at my inbox and my number. I think AB will do that.
Okay. The topic tonight, my people, is what we're discussing tonight is President WEAH reacts to Senator Prince Yomi Johnson allegations of government plot to kill him. What is your take? That's the topic. Very easy topic tonight. So the palaver is still going on. It's still ongoing. But the trend the palaver is taking now is the president is a man picking. According to Dillon, he get less than 2 gigabyte or 2 megabyte of chip that he thinking. According to Dillon, and that means say. So the president will not answer or respond to political allegation through press conferences or press briefing like other presidents would do. Will not use the information minister to do it. Will not use his press secretary to do it, even though we pay all of them to do their job with the Liberian people. But he will go to a kangaroo church and hide behind the pulpit and response to, allegations. But AB, we might be looking at a maybe light or lighter, but I think it's a serious matter. George WEAH, as a president of the Republic of Liberia, is in gross violations of the Constitution. He has also denigrated the sacrosanct of our seat we call the presidency. From all indication, you cannot take 6 county money, based on what we're hearing now, 6 county money, Nimba County development money from Meta Steel, Bon County, and Grand Bassa County, Bomi County, Grand Kema County, and Bapolo, and you use it on purpose or purposes that are not indicated in the budget. And the next budget coming, you put nothing there to replace those money to go to those countries. In addition to that, you threatening a seasoned, well-trained soldier. When we started the last time, people were, what they call it. But you see, the way it's going, Joe WEAH said it's a coalition. Prince Johnson is a killer. But the good news is, because Prince Johnson killed, that what gave him the opportunity. That what gave him the opportunity to be president today. Another question is, when George WEAH got to know that Prince Johnson was a killer, when he got to realize it, he and Prince Johnson got on the flight and went to Nigeria to TB Joshua Church. They came from there, they gave some holy oil. AB, you can remember one time George WEAH boasted that he got 1 drum of holy oil in his house. You can remember that story? Mm-hmm. That no bullet can do nothing to him, nobody can kill him. Mm-hmm. But then when COP staged their stuff, he was missing action. He was missing action. Now, it is the same George WEAH now that calling Prince Johnson killer. Oh, hold on a minute. This is the same man that took you to Nimba County. You allow him to gun you. You went flat on your belly, begging for the presidency. I hate to say you're going to benefit the people. So you go and use Gore House, Kangaroo Gore House, and you responding to political allegations. And for me, under George WEAH, anything about killing somebody, I will not take it lightly. I'm very sure the same way Prince Johnson spoke, I'm very sure George WEAH heard it very well. He can't try to name out people's son. He can't do it. And I am strongly of the conviction Prince Johnson did it on purpose to put it out there so it can't be in secret. And AB, We pray to our God that it might not happen. That would be big trouble. If we go back to history, when all the yogo were going on with Samuel Doe, United States government offered him asylum with up to 55 human beings of his choice. He said no. Babangida was his best friend at that time. Also offered him to go to Nigeria. He said no. He will stay there when 2 elephants fight, that the grass will suffer. The 2 elephants fought. One get grave, one stay alive. The other one in jail. And the other one sitting now in the Senate. Okay, enjoying himself. Okay? So the grass that the Liberian people, we stay suffering. We stay traumatized. All right? We are still frustrated and the country cannot even move forward. Because the very thing that government officials did, headed by president, that got our country to get to where we are, they still doing it. But the regrettable part of what we see now is this little known, unsophisticated, fake man, George WEAH, is trying to plunge this country into a chaos.
You think so?
That's what I think. Okay. And that's why we see AB. You listen to this guy that appear on Costa show, Sheikh. Look, somebody came to visit me today. Let me tell you, I will not call their name. This person play behind the house football with George WEAH. The person that came to visit me this morning, they play behind the house football with George WEAH. The thing that they told me, my brother, AB, how can you be president, you're cutting your speech with other government officials? How do you do your work?
Because they feel dangerous, because they are dangerous to him.
Then you don't need to be there.
Oh.
Just what Prince Johnson said, right? How can you shut yourself 3 times in your head? So now another issue here is
maybe there was a reflective border.
There is a clear admission of crime or commission of crime. George WEAH said civil servant about 15,000 have been underpaid. That's admission. The United States government came out and charged Prince Johnson for pay for play, right? George WEAH admitted in his church that he gave Prince Johnson money. This time he gave him no money, right? That's admission. So he been giving Prince Johnson money. Right? So 2 of them now, they play kakaleka with the life of Liberian people. Just during the Christmas season coming to the New Year. You know how many people now die in our country? The jail arrested another cocaine worth 37 million, AB. Yeah. And no arrests, according to the Justice Minister. No arrests have been made. The prison that's will be taking 300 people. They got over 1,500 human beings there. They don't even feel the people. I listened to the Justice Minister say that's a human rights issue. That is the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia.
Yeah.
You listen to the police director, what he said? Darren were still under security scrutiny.
He's still under security scrutiny.
Political leader, police director, not even a minister, not even equivalent minister, is telling a certain senator they are under security scrutiny.
Yeah.
But the president that violating the Constitution, the president that abusing everybody in the country, the president that making our national security personnel to wear political uniform, they can't say nothing to them. Then you got the other connoisseur people, they call themselves Election Coordinating Monitoring Committee. They come to talk. But you saw the little boy that took them their picture, their money?
Yeah.
Or they call him McLean. McLean, he put it there. He said, me and I put it on there, I will take it.
In order to he removed it from the banner. He removed the banner from the clay.
They were about to do it, but the people went and arrested the dragon.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So,
All right.
AB.
Yeah.
So, the issue here is the election year. It will not take time. This little known footballer will take that country into trouble.
Okay.
Will drag Liberia into trouble.
Okay.
It will not take time. And ECOWAS say that he say nothing. ECOWAS not say nothing.
But
you will not say nothing.
You are not
Only
in war.
America saying something.
Yeah, you are not in war. There's no threat of war into your country.
But what can bring war?
I mean, electoral violence.
You think 1990 that King started just one day? It was a build-up.
Okay.
Tension was building a little by little, little by little. You know how many people are angry in that country, AB?
I don't know.
Okay, you have not been there. I've been there recent time.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's nothing that indicating that the people are angry. There is nothing absolutely that is to prove that people are angry. There's nothing absolutely. Because I saw people was angry. People was angry in Burkina Faso. I saw what happens. I saw what happened when people were angry in Malay. I saw what happens. I saw what happens when people were angry in Guinea. I saw what happens. But in our country, look at the street. There's a president convoy passing. Look at the street. They people looking at people that are angry to you. They people that are looking that people that are angry to you. Look at the street. Look at the street and tell me whether these people are angry. These people are not angry. Look, President WEAH said that plain blank, and he said, and I like it. What President WEAH said, I like it. President WEAH said that we will not be giving, will not get money or no more. Yes, that is true. The president said that he will not get money or no more because he has been giving money to Prince Johnson, and now Prince Johnson is under security threat. Prince Johnson is under sanction. So you want for our beloved presidents. You want for our handsome presidents. You want for our God-sent presidents. For him to go link with Prince Johnson. Is that what you want? You want for our God-sent to go link with Prince Johnson? Yes, a wise man changes. Yes, a wise man changes. In the past, he never knew that Prince Johnson was a killer. When Prince Johnson carried him to Nigeria, yes, the president never knew that at the time. Maybe because he was blindfolded. But now, since the president got to know that this man is a killer, that this man killed thousands of people, down to the president, so this man are saying, now that you are a killer, we're not getting nothing to do with you. Who threatening you? Oh yes, our president, our dynamic president, he has all right to say what he was saying. Because in the country where people are angry with the government, people will not be moved in their sense. People will not be moved. People will not be moved into their sense to come on the street to just look at the president passing. Contrary to the president, they are angry with their leader. No, that will not happen. Contrary, what I rather see, I've been seeing, when people were angry with their presidents, what they did, they massively marched, they massively demonstrated against that president until that president was removed. Is that what we're seeing now today? Is that what we're seeing? That labor McLean, he just went for his own beating. Oh yes. McLean went for his own beating. The National Election Commission who they went to the Senate. The National Election Commission who is close with the authority to be able to checkmate every registered political party. The National Election Commission never did that. That you turning man. Look at on the street. Look at we are 2023 billboard on the street. No government, nobody is talking against it. But you having my co-host telling me here tonight that people that the Liberian people that people are suffering. No, people are not suffering in our country. That you cannot tell me that people are suffering to our country. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that people are suffering to our country. People are eating bread and honeycombs. People are eating chickens. Chicken thigh. People are eating chicken thigh. Yes. The people are not hungry. The people are not hungry. Our president is demonstrating the trust that the Liberian people put in him. So for me, there was long time. I sat on this platform, and I said to President WEAH, you are not leading our people correctly. Oh, now that the president is trying his best. Yeah, I call that the trying his best. 6 years. Are you telling me that these people are people who look to you that people are, that are angry? No, the Liberian people, they are not angry at all. The Liberian people, they are happy that WEAH is the president. The Liberian people, they are happy. It is you myself I can come here to sit down here to be talking on behalf of the Liberian people. But the Liberian people themselves, they're supposed to be the carrier of their ballots. They're supposed to be the carrier. You claim that someone is suffering. The person demonstrating to you that indeed that they are not suffering, then what is the essence of you talking? Then what is the essence of you talking? President WEAH, they said the right thing. Yeah, in my opinion, President WEAH said the right thing. Because he don't want to be implicated with Prince Johnson. Let Prince Johnson go where he want to go. We will win the elections. Let Prince Johnson go where he want to go. We will win the elections. Oh yes. That's what President WEAH is was telling the congregations, and that's what he is telling the Liberian people. So yes, it is not to say that I am murdering. No. But look, you tell me that I'm suffering. You keep saying that you AB, you suffering. I keep telling you that. I keep showing you a sign that I'm not suffering. For you to be convinced, that is the reason why I was able to play the clip there tonight at my background. So you can see how happy the Liberian people are. Back to you.
AB, what I can tell you, for me, I'm not speaking out of anger. I'm not going to speak out of frustration. I'm not going to speak off my head. I'm going to speak on the basis of history. I'm going to speak on the basis of my own practical experience as a victim of political malpractices, political corruption, economic and social corruption in our country, practiced by our government, past and current, because that is the fundamental reasons why we see what is happening today.
What is happening today?
And that is the reasons why. Let me finish. I'll give you plenty of time you talk. Please give me a chance. Let me talk. Okay? The ordinary people at the bottom of that country, that society, and they make things better for the larger population of the country. But the last time I checked also, I got to realize that people that goes to their people and ask them to be elected, their government to represent them, they try to do better. For us, we fail. There are so many countries around the world, including the United States, that fought civil war. They sleep, they fail, they wake up. Every single day, American leaders are thinking how to make this place better. You go to Sierra Leone, the same thing. Singapore, the same thing. Cote d'Ivoire, the same thing. Guinea, the same thing.
Okay.
Rwanda, the same thing. The point we're making here is the number one person in any country, evident by our 1986 Constitution,
is the president.
It is the president. You cannot be the one to be violating election law. Election commission is there in the way anything.
But who you have to hold responsible? You have to hold the National Election Commission responsible, or you have to hold the president?
I'm not holding the National Election Commission responsible. Who appointed the National Election Commission?
It is the president.
Who appointed the commissioners? The president did.
It is the president.
Every single person beside people who are elected, the senators and the representatives. If the senators and the representatives are taking bribes to do their job, they worry more about appointed officials by president. This is a president that will put money in cartoon and give it to a finance minister to carry the dollar. This is a president that put money in cartoon and give it to senator and representative to remove a sitting associate justice of the Supreme Court.
You don't have,
this is a president. This is a president. This is a president that follow every single woman he gave job to. This is a president that follow the women. AB, can you give me a chance to learn? This is a president that follow his government official women to have sex with them, evident by what he own chairman told us. This is a president that cut out speech from government officials that he's supposed to be working with to make the country better.
What wrong with you cutting speech? What wrong with that?
That is not a good characteristic of any leader, even at the level of Susu Club. That is not a good characteristic of any good leader.
Let's just give our audience chance tonight for them to call.
Yeah, they will come. They will come. The audience will come. They will say what they're going to say. I feel bad.
Okay.
I read political science. I read public policy. Okay. I read personal administration. I know how government is supposed to work. What we see now is not a government. This is a gangster organization.
Oh.
And the reason you see the people, Liberia is a presidential-driven country.
Okay.
AB, even if we have a Zogo that will register tomorrow morning, register political party that will have their own people, what about president? Like I said the last time, people go to this political rally to find food to eat. You listen to the news that came out today. I think it was yesterday. Actually, I watched it on Costa Show, right? Election Commission need seasonal worker. They need 6,000 people. They got over 60,000 applications. How can you have a government that does not even discuss employment and unemployment? What you expect the people to do? The people ain't got no opportunity. Look at them standing on the street. They are malnourished. What do you expect them to do? They have to come out to look at the men who are abusing them. To look at the men who is abusing and using their power. But guess what? The song singer say, "Now the 9 day for rule, 1 day for master." You can fool some people sometimes, you cannot fool all the people all the time. George Weah days are numbered. He too will go. The Congo people took over the country from 1822, 1847, all the way to 1918, 157 years. They are nowhere around the corner. Samuel Doe came in, suspended the constitution for 5 years. He don't have a grave. Charles said, we have successive government, Emosoyo gone. Nobody pray for nobody death. Liberia and Liberians will always be there. I don't care how many people George Weah killed, that country is going to survive.
Okay.
And we're going to rescue that country.
Okay.
This thing will not last.
All right.
It will not last.
Yeah, but
so we gotta be serious.
Let our president let our president be able to address the Liberian people the best way that he thinks that he can be able to address the Liberian people.
Any kind of way you want to address the Liberian people, they may already in injury time.
You have a caller.
Yeah, let me pick up the caller. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, President, how are you guys? How you doing, AB?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I'm kind of so mad at you, AB. Don't spoil our show tonight. Don't spoil our show tonight, AB. I can understand your frustration, but listen, there is time for everything. I always tell people, there is time for everything. Every long road has an end.
Mm-hmm.
If George Weah thinks violence will be the recipe to keep him in power, so be it. If he thinks he can instill fear in our people just because he's so desperate, then let's give it a try. You know, there's a saying that people say that a monkey ready to die or the bamboo ready to die, it does not listen to the sound of the whistle.
Okay.
Now, our people are only waiting for somebody to take the lead.
Yeah,
I think you witnessed the various types of war. The April 6, the World War 1, 2, 3. If you were in Liberia,
I was right there, my brother Paul. We saw it.
People engage. But we now seeking and praying for war. No, that's not the option. We will unseat President Weah and his gangster democratically. But if they try to rule in the democratic process, according to democracy and political science, like you have a political science student, the last option, which is part of a constitution, is civil unrest. That is the last democratic process.
Okay.
So nobody should tell you civil unrest is not a democratic means to unseat a government. It is. But that's the last option when we exhaust every other option.
Yep. Especially
so
when you push us on the wall.
History is part of your, do your service. It will tell you the last democratic option for any democratic process is civil unrest.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That means the government of the day require that action to be taken against it. And we don't want to go that route.
Thank you. Thank you.
So George Weah should not be the one to violate all our laws. Listen, he must be able to lead by example. Maybe you got your house. What you do as a father in your house is what the children will follow. That is why in decent homes, they don't allow parents to argue before the kids, insult before the kids, because the kids will follow suit. George Weah had never demonstrated any leadership ability as a responsible leader. But I don't blame him, I blame us as Liberians. We look at a man who failed the marital responsibility as a father to lead a whole nation. The Bible says a man who does not lead, he takes care of his family, cannot hold any position, in the church. Then you make such a person your president for 5 million plus people.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Paul.
So,
Thank you. Yeah. You want to close quickly,
Don't
please?
spoil
Yeah.
our show, AB. I can understand your frustration.
I'm not
But keep
frustrated.
calm.
I'm not
Thank
frustrated.
you.
Let me say this. Let me say this. While we await another caller, let me say this. You should not think that I am frustrated. No, I am with you guys. I am with the Liberian people. The Liberian people have shown to me that they want this president for second term. So I'm with them. I am with the Liberian people because the Liberian people have shown to me that indeed they are not suffering. That the Liberian people have shown to me.
We got another caller here.
Caller, what is her name? Sorry.
Yeah, caller, go ahead. Amen.
My brothers, how you guys doing, man?
We are doing good, though. Lay on us.
You're making me to laugh.
All right, you got to laugh if you need to laugh.
AB making me to laugh. I know AB is trying to be sarcastic. I believe that. He's trying to be sarcastic. Because I'm not saying nothing that we are doing in that country, my man. One thing, I'm looking at the convo. I've been watching the guy convo say he's going
Hello?
I thought the guy is a piece of.
Yeah, be snappy though.
Why he have all the rebels back into the system? The EPS have 500 training men. 500 training men to secure the president and the how they call it, executive ground and dignitaries. You see it? But when the guy came to power, they got added 1,000 more men to the 500 men. And the 1,000 men, every one of them are rebels. Every one of them are former killers. And not even former killers, they just do all type of killing in our country. Every one of them is around them. You see that? Liberian people are not even trying to be sarcastic, but on the other hand, again, AB is right. Liberian people are not ready. They're not serious. They're enjoying everything because their families are into the government. Some of their families into that. That's why they get in their pocket thing, their school fees and other things. So they won't say anything. But my brother, let me let you know, the election people, some people trying to keep their cool, you know, until they come and pass. People trying to keep their cool for election time so they can go and do quietly and get out of power. But let me let you know, my brother, you're doing great and you're keeping the good work.
Okay.
You're keeping the good work. We are here, we're listening, and we'll keep showing the show.
Okay.
And our country will be better.
It will be better, my brother.
We will go back home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carter, what is the name?
This election will determine the betterment of our country. We will go back home and enjoy our country. We learn a lot of trades in this country, man. We learn a lot of things. We got to go back home and share with our people.
Okay.
Let me tell you, we got a lot of professional people around the world, Liberians. You see it? We just need a good system in our country, then we will do better. Everybody's mind right now is the development. You see that? Everybody want to build a little piece of land and want to put something on it.
Okay.
Because we travel, we see things.
All right, caller, we got to let you go. We got tons of people on.
The men are spending a whole life in Europe. That's why the Liberian people can't land. The men spend a whole life in Europe working as a slave for the white man. That's why he gave our highest title. Our nation highest title to his boss that loaded slave AIDS patient as a Venga.
All right, caller, we got you now. We got to take.
Thank you. I appreciate the show. Y'all keep on, man.
All right, thank you. All right, AB, go ahead with the other caller.
The caller have not called yet. The caller have left it now. But let me just.
Somebody calling my WhatsApp line. Let me answer the minute that same. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing? Is this Sam?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah. Sam is on the line.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you this morning. Thank you this morning for the opportunity to appear on your show again. thank you guys for the job that you are doing, trying to enlighten the minds of the Liberian people and to speak against the ills in society.
Everybody listening, saying?
Okay, now the issue of the threat against the life of Senator Johnson, as you guys are saying it this morning, or as you guys have put it this morning, is something that we should not take lightly. We've witnessed several killings under that George WEAH-led regime. We've seen a lot of atrocity being perpetrated and carried out against the state, and nothing is being done. I listened to the caller just now who just left the line talking about civil unrest or social unrest in society being the last means, which of course, if we are not careful, even that will not help us, it will not save the state. We might just see or witness another civil crisis. Now, like I said the other day, there are a lot of indicators that we are heading in that direction. One is the governing pattern.
Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you.
If you notice the structure in Liberia, all of the major head of institutions are from the southeast. That has been very divisive. I've always said it. If you want to run a nation, a sovereign nation, and you don't want conflict, the best thing to do is to select from every angle or every aspect of the country. You cannot tell me that it is only the Southeast that have potential or qualified Liberians to run their affairs or certain sector or segment of government. They are not only Southeasterners that are qualified. I'm not against Southeasterners occupying any position in that country, but for fairness, equity, and justice, for the sake of peace, for the sake of inclusion, we should be able to incorporate every Liberian, regardless of the region you are from, regardless of the tribe you are from, regardless of the religion that you practice. Now, if you look at the WEAH-led administration, it is not like that. That was what was practiced during Samuel Doe time. That was the reason why we went to 40-year civil unrest. That was the reason why we had a civil crisis, because we had one set of people, one set of region dominating government, owning up to everything in government, and people being marginalized. At the end of the day, certain region got treated unfairly. Certain people were targeted, and at the end of the day, we experienced a civil crisis and a civil conflict that brought us to where we are today, being a third world country, being underdeveloped, and there are a lot of things lacking in that country.
All right, Sango.
If this government,
yeah. I texted you the day before yesterday and you didn't reply. You know what? We get a lot of callers on now. So let me pause you a little bit, and then when they go down, then you can continue from there, yeah?
Okay, bro.
All right, thank you.
Carter, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Abby, this is Mike Temo. I'm calling from Cedar Rapids. How you doing?
Nah, not bad, man. Go ahead.
Hey, my brother, I just want to say thank you so much for being a long time. I've been calling your show, and I just tuned in while I work. What I really call for is just to let the Liberian people know that I appreciate the good life on the George WEAH. And like Abby is saying, and I'm suffering, so why would I be in America here screaming for them? You know, I saw the participation. You know, I saw them, even my own family member, I saw them with the red and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be crying for people who they will go in my inbox or call me a crap and I see that displacement. I'm not going to cry for them. I'm very happy that they are doing well. And I appreciate that. And I'm not going to advise them to sit speaking out or pulling back or whatever. They enjoy their life. I'm going to sit right here and enjoy mine too. So Liberian people, continue with George WEAH.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'm not going to cry for them. Seriously, the people having good time. They are having good time here too. You know, so that's it, man. Thank you so much.
Okay.
This is not being sarcastic. This is the reality.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, Abby.
Yeah, you're welcome. People are really enjoying. These guys are really, they are eating honeycomb with bread. These guys, they are eating chicken thigh and chicken wings. Then you come to tell me that the population is suffering? Let's take another caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling her from?
Yeah, Abi.
Yes.
This is Talawian calling from Norway.
Talawian, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to you over, let's just say, since you started. You know, Abi, I understand that. Let me take it from. I understand already. Maybe you you're really angry with the Liberian people, but Abi, I've been to Liberia several times, and I talked to Liberians. Liberians are just look. The greed is in them. When you see them walking on the street, don't think that they just happy with everything. The greed is in there, and what they have resolved to is to just go to that pool and disgrace.
Oh, we lost you. We lost Talawian. We lost him. Let me call
We get
him
another
back.
caller here, Abi.
Okay, yeah, take that caller.
Julu.
Yeah,
I mean, what you say tonight? My man, we Easter tonight again. Go ahead. Yeah, lay on us.
Yeah, I want to say thank you guys for the show. It's a hot topic. I really like it. I agree with Amy. The people in Liberia eating chicken, they're not suffering. Anybody who's suffering will voice out their anger.
I'm telling you.
The people are not voicing out their anger. They're standing watching. We are passing, and they're happy. Okay. They're telling the international community that they are happy with the man in power. But one thing I wanted to say was, when the Prince Johnson, when the Prince Johnson interview, where he was quoting Article 51 in our Constitution that protect the criminal in the government. So Prince Johnson know about that. But 1989, he didn't know about that Constitution, right? So when we talk about war and economic crimes code, then all of a sudden he wants that Constitution, he wants that Constitution to be reappealed. So, but 1989, you didn't know about that war. You were killing people all over, right? All over all over Liberia. But now you want to quote the Constitution to us. This is why I would say I am supporting Jimmy Bunker. Please, that Baby Malan let us down when it comes to the war and economic crime. There should be no compromise. This is why I'm supporting that party. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julu.
Yeah.
Do we have another caller there?
No, we don't have another caller here.
Then let us continue with Samia now.
Yeah, Sam, go ahead.
All right, Sam, you can go ahead.
AB. I agree with the way you presented the case about the people back home enjoying themselves and what have you. That's the reason why they have not stood up to the government. Now, AB, Nelson Mandela said, the worst thing you can do to any man is to trample upon his right. Once you take the rights of a man away from him, that means you have taken his very humanity. And that is why that government has ridden on all through the 5 years. They have trampled on the rights of the Liberian people, and so the Liberian people have no option but to just buy into whatsoever they will do. Like, look at the rally they gone time. People being giving out $10, $20 for them to appear in CDC site to go to the stadium. You think they like it? It is because their rights have been trampled upon, so their humanity have been seized to some extent. That is the reason why they are obliged to do what they did. Who told you all of those people over there are supporting the government or they are in favor of what is happening in the country? They are not. But they don't have option. They don't have the choice. They just have to go according to the sound of the drum. That is the problem with the country right now. People are not happy. People are not satisfied. There are a lot of things that have gone wrong. Like the issue of the financial situation over there. I was trying to monitor something about the president, and you guys were playing it just now, about the president giving out money, taking out money for his own personal purposes, giving ministers money, using money to be able to carry on his biddings. Now that is it. That is how they run the government. Those those monies and things that they spend, they are not allocated in the national budget. They function outside of the fiscal rules. They function outside of the fiscal principles of the fiscal act. That is how they carry on things. That is how the government has been functioning all through and all along. It is there. It is visible. It saddens me every day to see my country being run in that kind of a fashion. I never supported the Salif-led administration because of the high level of nepotistic practice. Now, when this government came to power, we felt that there would have been some level of change because this man, we said he was a grassroots, he came from down the line, he knew the suffering of the masses, he went through it himself. So we felt that he would have brought some changes. But now see what has happened. See what the country has turned into. It is sad. It is sad. Every day we need to pray for Liberia. Okay. If we don't get it right this time around, my brother, I tell you for sure.
We have a call on the line.
Hello.
15 years developmental wise.
Yeah,
Hello.
Yeah, hold on.
Samuel, you're taking a little longer now. Can you just quickly climb us down, please?
Yeah, okay. The last issue I want to speak on is the habit of some government officials coming up and making reckless statements. Like I listened to the police director the other day, my brother. He came out and said that they will maintain the peace with their sweat and blood.
Yeah, hold on.
Why make those kind of a derogatory statement in a peaceful country? Who threatening the peace? People are talking about going to election. You've been in power for 5 years. No, there have never been any kind of a shooting by around the country. So who is threatening the peace? Why every day they try to make statements only because they want to be seen or heard? They want to protect their jobs. Those guys they are calling for something else, and we need to be careful. But however and how be it, we are going to exercise restraint, and they are going to be voted on come October 2023. My brother, I hope to have more time on this platform another time. Thank you guys.
You need to reply to my text. Reply to my text so we can bring you on tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me continue. You know, as I told you, I've been in Liberia. I've talked to people, and what they are doing is that, look, AB, the people are greedy in their heart. I'm not lying to you. A man who had 2-3 daughters.
Who people are grieving in their heart?
The Liberians.
I'm begging you. Okay.
No, AB, trust me. I've been in Liberia. Look, let me tell you something. A man who got 2-3 daughters, before these are able to manage their children, but this time they see their grandchildren at the age of 13 going outside, doing something just to survive. Let me listen. Look, I listened to an audio. A 11-year-old girl was just begging the guy to just pay. The guy came from from the United States or Canada, went down there, met a 13-year-old girl. The girl was crying like real baby, just to get $10 to carry and feed her people. Imagine, huh? You think they are not hurt?
They are not hurt. The Liberia are not hurt. That's what I'm saying. The Liberia, they are not hurt.
No, they are hurt. They are hurt. Let me tell you something.
They are hurt. They are hurt. Then they cannot group that's standing on the road to just see the president come for passing. They cannot group that just standing on the road. That important that you tell me.
It's a custom. It's a custom in Liberia. It's a custom in Liberia. Imagine, a lot of people left from the United States from here. They're traveling to Liberia. See what happened at the airport. A lot of people even pay their way to just go and be part of that group just to welcome that person. Okay. What benefit they get from it? Nothing.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Carter, what is the name and where are you calling on from? Carter, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
Hey, Evie, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing quite okay.
Yes. Sorry, man, for calling back again. I know somebody else want to talk, but this is not your move. The caller I just left on the line, I don't want to take him as somebody who's lying, but the story he just narrated, they say nothing like that. But the action from Liberia are different, It's all different. They got civil society group, they got organizational group, they got a lot of people in the country there. But what are they doing? They are telling us that they're living good life on the earth. They go to church, they listen to him, everything. So my brother, let legal people alone. He let them come, let them put Joey back. And that's it. You understand? Let them put their life. They put them every day pushing cartoon every year will be crying for the people. That's it, man. Follow me.
All right, AB, we got a caller here. You done with that caller?
Yeah.
Are you there, caller?
Yeah, Kuti, brother, how you doing?
I'm doing gracious, man. Life is good. Go right ahead. Lay on us. We're coming to get out of here.
Yeah, my name is Amos T. I'm calling from Washington.
All right, bro. Amos, go ahead.
Yeah, so the buttress of what you guys are saying on the show here, for AB to say that people are eating chicken crap is not wrong. Because we here suffering ourselves to support people in life. And they just suffering. But they fearing or making to think that nobody in the country is suffering. Nobody in the country is suffering. And with all that t-shirt they were wearing, that's it that people were saying that's people. Maybe gave me small thing. Maybe brother will do the one people small. You know how many people in the back on the family member that they're not going to support them just because when that they wish me everything is okay with you. Everything is okay. You're not working in ministry to say, oh yeah, you're working in the minister post to go there. Even though most of that and say that majority of the people that work in government and the minister to maintain their job or church for them to show up. That's how you saw that they don't cry. And then the few people that they don't that people is selling your breath, don't even know that you're selling your breath right. So how many times people will talk on that to educate and bring people and not going to be educated? Sometimes it can be so frustrating. Lost into local, I want to turn myself into, I don't even know how to classify it. We got all the educated people coming, but the most, this person overshadowed everybody, nobody able to stay and tell just where the truth. The justice minister, the justice. Not that they're able. Look at it, they just do it. So they do it to tell Eddie Johnson straight in her face. But Musa Day, or the justice, they all have proved themselves that all they cannot exist the boy to go to school. Just when I was there on the side of kicking lamb and football and all of that, is more educated than them. So they all in bed with him.
Yep.
They all in bed with
nobody him. Can say anything.
Look at that exhaustive report that they went and read to the information ministry there at that time. Musa Dean was reading that report with the paternity and all of that. You don't think how you expect for people to educate a person? And you know that people did that for carbon outside. And you saying that kind of nonsense to the international community, to the whole world. Saying it to the whole world. Not educated, life or just here, very deep. My brother, that's all I got to say. You know, it's so frustrating.
Thank you, my brother, for your contribution. We'll keep talking. We'll be all right one day.
Okay. All right. Francis, I think we got to stop here. And then for us to be able to take your advertisements, and then from there you can give a parting statement. Then we'll call
Yeah, I think that's a fair one. All right, folks. Want to say thank you for coming. Okay. I don't want to do commercial tonight. A lot of people already know it, and we already started doing commercial every other weekend. Okay. So I just want to close with this. Like the caller said, my buddy Jebo, there is time for everything. As ugly as Charles Taylor was, like Brent people say, he came my mind, he came my power, vote for you. Jyoti that everybody cried with, including the armed robbers. Whenever Jyoti were going to where the children would run on the road. That's a tradition and culture on the part of our people in Liberia. Even people that know the Bible, me, I know the Bible. As wicked as Saul was, so his own people then follow him. So it is not because Liberian people getting out there to see the men that is abusing them with their own power, it means that they are happy. They are not happy. But one thing that I know for sure, Liberian people will go to the pool and express their anger there. Nobody want two mattresses again on their head, dirty mattresses on their head and be tracing all over the place. Nobody want to do that. And that's not even that should not be our space, knowing what we know. But I can guarantee you, AB, Liberian people will do it better this time. Because you know what? We are here though. They are right there. I don't care how we try to speak for them. They feel the pain. We feel some pain too because we got to send money for them. But I am of the strongest conviction that tough times don't last, but tough people do. They will be better one day. And George, we are going to be one-term president, just how Donald Trump here in America was one-term president and now he's facing legal battle. So I want to say thank you to everybody for coming. Yes, sometimes we do it the way we do it. But I will not give up. I cannot speak for everybody because I don't know about everybody, but I know about myself. And I try to read history.
Yeah.
Liberia will be better and Liberians will live to tell the story.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm done, AB.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm done.
Yeah, AB, my name is Moses Horton from Minnesota again. I talked to you yesterday. I was telling you the same thing you're arguing with me. I told you, our people then you don't trust them. Okay? AB, if I'm not in favor of you, I'm...
Hold on, please.
Long as I will never come to see you. That's the image I should show to these guys. But you see our people then they put the same people you're advocating for, you're talking for. You're online every day talking for the same people here. See how they're doing. The man show a riot. everybody went to the SKD.
They put out doing good.
You don't trust Liberian people, my brother. That's the truth.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, they will say they're doing good. Citizens say, oh, the country going good because they want to hear, but I don't blame them because they're in America. They can afford to feed their family 4 times a day. They got 2 or 3 jobs they can afford, so they don't care about the rest of the people who are there. So I don't argue with the citizens here. But these are the things that we see every day. You don't trust Liberian people.
Thank you.
I think Liberian people, we just love killer. We love bad people. Like, I think our society is a great kind of people.
Thank you.
You and I know. I respect George when he played football on the line of presidency and they were never in support of it. I believe the first election he won at team fairly, but it was a good thing they gave the Eddie Johnson Sally.
Thank you. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from? You are our last caller for tonight.
Brother Eddie Johnson.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you are live. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm James, calling from Cedar Rapids.
Go ahead, James.
Well, I've been listening and I've been following you guys. You know, everybody I've been calling, they got a view, and everybody is right. Other people say Liberians are not suffering. Other people say they are suffering more because of certain conditions. Maybe what I just want to say, my contribution here is, let me just tell you something. Liberians are suffering.
Really?
They are grieving. Let me just tell you, they are grieving.
Oh, okay.
There are people that they don't even know how to get their daily meal. And if you come to them and say, come on to Safi, we will give you a t-shirt with $20. Do you think this man has been starving for more than 2-3 days? Will he not go there?
He will go there.
We definitely go there. He will sacrifice to go there and get that money. This is the same thing. Let's forget about Georgia on a redeem. Let's go back to Rawal Seli time. When Rawal Seli came out, at that time when he was contesting for Mosorado, the crowd that he put on at that time, why Georgia won him? Rawal Seli was sharing money. Look at Darrell Dillon or election in Mosorado. So the only thing we got, there are some Liberians that know for the well that giving them $25, $30 just for an occasion day, it will not solve their problem. And every one of them, every one of them know So let us not just look at the crowd, although the crowd might frighten people to say, oh yes, this man will be elected for the second time. If he will be elected for the second time, then that's it. But let us not be carried away by the crowd.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is the contribution that I want to make.
You know, my friend and brother, somebody asked the questions, why do I think, why I have to agree with my co-host? Because I cannot call, I don't, why is it that I cannot call or speak for my co-host? It is me.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't care.
But you're not Joey, yeah?
I don't care what happens to me. I will tell you the straight talk into your face. And then from there, I'll be done. That is just me. Other people would like to go solo. Other people would like to quarter speech, which is George Weah and kind. So George Weah is not like me, and I'm not like Josh Weah. I'm not praying to God for me to be like him. Because this guy, I really thought that Josh Weah was going to be a good president. I really thought. But when I look at this man naming his cabinet ministers, then I said, no. Then I said, no. When I listen to Josh Weah, we are giving speech that Liberia will not be sweated in our own economies. Someone told me, Abraham, just drop the mark and just listen to this president and wait for him 1 year. I said, no, 1 year too much. 3 months. Then someone will come to tell me that the Liberian people, they are annoyed, the Liberian people, they are angry, they are... No, the Liberian people, they are not angry. The people, they are satisfied. They are eating chicken wing with honeycomb.
People, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just make a quick announcement. I will be appearing. I got an invite for, not for, but from the issues room.
Mm-hmm.
So those of you, our followers, I will be appearing on the issues room tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That would be 6 p.m. Central time. So if you want to join us there, you can join us there. All right. The issues room is on Facebook with Volcano and Moses Sandy. I'll be appearing on that show tomorrow before our show time.
Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to make that announcement quickly.
I would like to leave you at this time of our broadcast. And I'm your co-host, Unze Ibrahim Kamara, and with my friend and brother Francis Donor. Mr. Francis K. Donor. That's K is Kangoma Donor. See you when we see you. Bye-bye for now.
But then no,